video, let me tell you. I just heard the video, like, share, and subscribe. I just heard the video of the judge, whom I love, giving a young kid advice on why they should not be in trouble and why they should stay their butt out of jail. Let me tell you what I got from that video. It ain't even been a week, y'all. But we got to start thinking different, right? This is how some of y'all should have been thinking. I digress. Let's dive in. This is what ends up happening. Take a look at the video first, because I want you to understand and feel what I'm saying. So take a look. We'll be right back.
So it appears that you want to go to prison and be passed around for cigarettes or dessert, because that's what's going to happen to you, because you're young and they will think you're attractive at the prison. And I'm just being real with you. You understand? And no matter commissary money that your parents and your grandparents can put on the books for you is going to save you from being passed around at the prison. You understand? And do you understand what I mean? Do you want to be passed around for Roman noodle? Because that's what's going to happen. No, I'm dead serious. And that's what happened at the Bexar County Jail. People will get passed around for dessert. Someone was sentenced to this in this court for murder. And the first thing he did at the Bexar County Jail was go have sex with somebody. Whether it was consensual or not, that case hasn't been brought to me. And I can tell you right now, your grandparents, your mother probably doesn't have enough money to put on your books so you won't be passed around for Roman noodles, cigarettes, oranges, or whatever at the jail. And it appears to the court that that's what you want to happen to you. Doing all these little crazy little tattoos you got here, trying to be Billy Bad with gang tattoos and everything. Do you understand? All right. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to think about this. You can come back in the afternoon. All right. Thank you.
So my question is, and I'm going to clip the actual Instagram that I saw it on below, because here was my concern, right? Let's get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is that, look at those comments. Some of those are parents. Their concerns, you focused on the wrong shit. You focused on the wrong shit. The big deal is that if that's your child, you're going to be impacted. And I mean your child because, hell, I'm still my mama's child. But that is your child. This young man is 20 years old. What she is trying to do is let this little boy know, because he's still a little boy, that you out here trying to pretend like you are something that you are not. I say this all the time. Even when I say things, and I've learned to digress my behavior a little later than I should have, but I wasn't bad to begin with. I digress, not the point. Here's the point. You not the baddest nothing out there. There are certain environments where you are absolutely reduced in what you think you are. And if you think a male prison isn't one of them, baby, you look like a baby. You look, even if you look like Fat Albert, Attila the Hun, David and Goliath, whoever you look like in that particular place, number one, it's going to break you down, because the reality is those living environment, that condition isn't the best. Number one, nobody wants to be in a position where they have to miss time with their family, be in trouble. And here's the best part she called out, and we know why she called it out. Those of us that know. If you grew up hearing the things you should hear as a youth, you probably heard a lot of those conversations before you were even in trouble. You probably missed a word at a spelling bee, and your granny done told you all kind of shit that didn't have nothing to do with what you did, but she want to make sure, just in case, by the blood of Jesus, you don't fall down the wrong path. She told that boy the truth. Your parents, your grandparents, they don't have enough money to keep up with the commissary that's going to need to protect your little special place. Do you know, out of all the things that I hear, and everybody has their things, don't come for me for mine. Y'all come for me anyway. You gonna do what the hell you gonna do. That's your problem. Hence the comments. Y'all don't pay attention to the right shit. Do y'all understand that I feel like, and I'm a woman, that has to be the worst form of breaking down a man, boy, or anything, is doing that, what she is referring to. Do you understand that in those comments, people was focused on the wrong shit. You focused on what she's saying when your granny should have told you that before. Some teachers used to be able to tell us that. A principal. That's a part of the village. The village is not here to just soothe your damn kids and let them believe that they can do whatever they want to do. They are the light of your life. They are not the light of everybody else's life. And given the situation, he's standing before a judge. So clearly he's done something wrong. Clearly he's done something wrong. More people was focused on the fact that she said that as if she was agreeing with what happens in jail. No, she's not. What she's saying is this is what could happen. No more than we can control your ass being here, right? Because if people have a right to protection, how do people on the streets not have more protection than you think people in the jail should have? So we can't control your ass to keep you out of here. How are we supposed to control them in complete being able to be controlled? That makes no logic. So all of y'all saying that in the comments, you really have no sense. You don't. That's not an environment that can be controlled. He's the one that's doing wrong. So when they say things like, well, he deserves to be protected, people deserve to be protected in jail, all of us deserve to be protected. That's not anything that I don't think people would disagree with. But the reality is, if we were protected in a manner in which, listen, God himself is certain things, I'll just leave it, you know the rest. So if God himself can't do it, doesn't do it, free will, whatever we want to classify it as, how do you believe that the prison system should be able to do these things when the police that advocate for us on the outside protect us, the ones that do right and do the things that they should, they can't protect us? Nobody has one-on-one bodyguards, and those people that do have one-on-one bodyguards, things still happen to them. The point is, the primary focus should be on this child that she's talking to and trying to let him know the worst of the worst that could happen to scare him straight. I don't see why more people weren't in the comments respecting her, possibly sharing that with their children. We are in a position right now, right? Because we have our president. That president, despite what he does, is ready to hold people in more than full accountability. In more than full accountability. And there are so many that are willing to follow him. They dominate. They have the house. They have everything. That is our reality, right? Right now we got to speak to the portion of shit because it's our reality. There's a portion of that that is in your control space, right? My heart breaks for anybody that has to do anything that they should not have to do to provide, meaning there is zero food on the table, there is not a roof over your head and things like that. Then there's another subset of people, like this young man. You're doing things, I'm pretty sure, because you want to seem cool, you want to fit in, the shit sounds good in a song or something like that. Listen, let me tell you something. If you truly come from that environment, this environment, the environment that I came from, and it wasn't even the worst of the worst. With social media, what we can see is that there are others living worse than us in our own vicinity, on U.S. soil. It can get bad. But those people also make a decision to do what they do. We can't control shit. What I'm also not going to do is be upset with the laws that were put here to protect me so I could be safe just because the person I may be asking you to protect me from may look like me. Let that sink in. And I'll close with, it's very interesting that as I think about a lot of these things, because I didn't agree with everything on both sides, I don't think any normal, rational person did. I made an educated decision to vote for whom I voted for based on the things that I believed in most, whether they impacted me or did not impact me. What I can say is one of the main things that was said about Kamala is she imprisoned in a disproportionate rate. Even if that was true, let's talk about that. She imprisoned at a disproportionate rate, but were they innocent? Even if. That's kind of what we need to get back to, especially when you're talking about your children, because you don't want to see your children or your loved ones placed before a judge to begin with. Do you know what type of impact that takes on a family when somebody goes to prison or jail? You are doing time with that family. That money and those resources that you have to send over to help them, Put money on the phone, write them a letter, just live day-to-day life without them. It's like they're here, but they're not here. It doesn't feel good. That is a very hurt place. So if you have a judge, did you notice she said, come back later, I haven't made my decision? Her heart is carrying her more. When people are out here trying to give you advice, guide you in the wrong way or right way, and and may have to speak with some very, I'm going to start using better words when we think about these things. That way I could change the brain for people. When they have to speak with their realistic heart because they do not want you to do something. Can you see the forest for the trees and what it really is? She didn't say she wished that on that baby. She didn't say that this is what's going to happen because I'm going to set it up for you. She said, this is what could happen. I have somebody that just came in here and this happened. I don't want this for you. So I want you to make better decisions so you don't keep landing here. What's wrong with that? Do you think people are supposed to keep pussyfooting and breastfeeding the world? That's not our job. That's not our job. People not going to be able to keep up. The economy alone is about to take an impact. So you think we can afford to take care of you because you went to jail when you didn't even need to? You didn't even need to. Y'all better make some better decisions, because ain't nothing about life a joke. It hasn't been a joke, and it's even more about to get a little more tight for some. So you better think about the decisions that you make. Parents, you better start parenting. You better start parenting and hold your children accountable. It's no more, well, it was just this and just that, because let's keep it a buck. If it was somebody else doing that shit to you, it wouldn't be just this or just that. The same ones of us that say, I want them to clean up our community, that's a damn shame. They don't even care about us. They don't come into our neighborhoods. They don't care. Then when somebody comes in and says, let's wipe all of this out, then you're going to treat them like y'all did Kamala. You damned if you do and damned if you don't. Let's see. Or maybe you might get, if I go into my house and need to chastise my kids, I can't be told that all you do is chastise your kids. That's what's in that environment. That's the environment that I'm designated to control, right? So if that's what's in that environment where I am, that is the population that will be impacted, right? What did you want her to do? Go to Las Vegas and arrest gamblers? Okay. Guess nobody wants to get it. You gonna get it. Because, baby, let me tell you, I'm on vacation for 4 years. I'm standing down. Okay? If it don't got nothing to do with me or my heart and what I believe in, I'm not stretching my neck. I can't. You see my neck? I can't stretch it. I got my own problems. Well, hope this helps somebody, and share it with your kids and think about how you parent your kids. Now, I know that the world has placed some real restrictions on parents that are trying to parent. I know that there are neighborhoods where you don't receive the help that you truly are reaching out to receive. I'm praying for you, and I hope that that gets better. But when there is somebody that truly is trying to care for you and your child, whether you want to hear it or not, receive it. It don't feel good to hear all the time. It don't. But if it doesn't feel good, what can we do to change it so that we're not in that position to have those conversations and to make it better for ourselves? And if it's somebody that's not just saying something, but they also are extending an olive branch to help, don't be too proud to take that help. It's for the betterment of you. Start thinking about that. Over these next years, truly think about those things that exist that are for the betterment of you, and go for the ones that don't feel good. That's really how you stretch and grow. If it don't feel good, it's because it's not comfortable. Those things usually end up well. The best investment is the one that was a little scary. Okay, gotta go. It's Saturday. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share with positive vibes in the comment. I really only want positive vibes, and It's okay. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching.